Hi, I'm Akarel Bay. I am the fabric of Detroit. And this is Let's Create Art with LM Kaz.
Hello everyone, my name is Ellen Kaz and today I have a special guest. Her name is Ajua Musea and she is a watercolor painter and she's a fine artist and she dabbles in many mediums. Hello, how are you?
Hi, LM.
Good, I'm good today. I'm happy to have you on the show. Thank you for coming out. Today I just want to ask her a couple of questions because I'm really excited to have her here. It's an honor. Real quickly, Ajua, can you tell me how long have you been doing what you've been doing? How long have you been creating art and just indulging in arts?
I've been an artist since I was about 9 years old.
Do you still have art since you were a kid?
No, because I've moved so many places. I've lived in 3 or 4 different cities.
Okay.
And things just get lost.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
So what inspires you to do watercolors? Why is watercolor your primary medium?
My primary medium is watercolor and collage because I was highly influenced by people like Henri Matisse, who did collage late in his life. And of course, my main influence was Romare Bearden, who did watercolors and collage, and I was just very much influenced. I loved his work, and I kind of patterned my work after his, but in my own style and in my own way.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
We, as artists, we all tend to gravitate to a certain artist that influence us, and then we kind of mix and dabble our own ideas, in essence, into that type of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, whatever they do, we like it and we make it our own. That's what taking from the arts and giving back to the arts is being, and we create beautiful art and we give back and we teach and we learn and we
Right.
and it keeps it's a cycle, a universal cycle. Okay, so let me ask you this: what do you think about the youth in Detroit in art? How do you put those two together? What do you see?
Well, we have a tendency to call them the millennials. But they're really all different ages, and I am very impressed with what young people are doing in the arts in Detroit especially.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I know the most about. And I say that because I find them to be activists in a kind of social, political sense. I find them to be very innovative. But most of all, I'm so impressed, and I want to encourage them because they are fearless. You're an example,
Yes,
a fine
fearless.
example.
Thank you.
Because you want to do something, you have an idea, and bam, you go and do it. You don't ask anyone in terms of can you do it or may
That's
you do it, but just I see an opportunity. I have something to express, and
Execute
you're
it.
there.
It's getting it done.
And I really admire that because I think my generation, which I grew up in the 60s, we always felt we had to ask permission. Many of us felt we had to ask permission or check and see was it going to be acceptable. And nowadays, people, I see young people just going for it.
You know, when I started this, I questioned myself. I asked myself, I said, is this the right thing to do? I don't see a lot of people in the city of Detroit actually trying to speak to other artists and get the word out there, or trying to interview the youth and asking them what can they do for the city. I also thought like, is this the right choice to make? Because now that the ball is rolling, I can't stop. I have a love and passion, and I have an audience now that is waiting on me to bring people
Wonderful.
out. So
Yeah.
you're right. I didn't ask because I do get critics, but at the same time, we're artists. I mean, we're kind of rebellious.
If you have no criticism, you probably aren't doing anything.
Okay. Well, we have a special treat. We have some of her work here with us today. Would you mind me touching them? These are original
No,
pieces.
help yourself.
Okay, so can you describe this one to the audience, please?
Well, this is some new work,
Okay.
and that I haven't named it. I am finished with it, but sometimes when I finish a piece, I'm not sure whether or not I want to do something else to it. This is very representative of my work. Not that I don't have large work,
Yep,
but
support.
this is what I love. I love this size. I love small works. Some
Yes.
of my work is even smaller than this. It also, because it is green,
I like this.
it represents me because I like the green life. I like the green idea of natural environments,
I think I see energy.
landscapes.
I see energy.
Absolutely. It could be water, it could be grass. And I have another piece that I sold, and it's just called Green. And
like
so
it.
this is a much smaller version of just green.
This looks like a landscape to me with really dark, like water. It's like some type of tropical forest, and you're looking up from the like Google, camera. Okay, so let's flip through a couple of more. This is another one of your pieces. Can you explain this one a little bit to us?
So again, a couple of things about my work. It is symbolic, and sometimes I have to look at it a little bit in order to see what the symbols are.
Yeah.
But because I studied African art, African religion, I studied various religions. Some of those things, I studied African culture, which is akin to African religion. So some of those things come out naturally in my work, and just things about the human drama, parts of life.
I like this one. This one's funky. This metallic lilac.
Lavender.
This lavender.
Lilac.
And I like this teal right here. I love this piece. Can you explain this one a little bit more? Like I see maybe a stencil right here of some sort.
I may have a stencil because I inherited a bunch of stencils.
You
from,
guys see that? I see stars right there.
Because I actually inherited a bunch of stencils from Gilda Snowden.
Wow.
When she passed, I was able to access part of her estate and buy a lot of her stencils, and so I use them whenever I can.
Was that the artist paper that we used when we did our workshop for Artist to Artist? When we were cutting up the papers and I made that collage piece with the dog, and
I'm not sure.
because you have so much fun stuff in your bags of goodies.
Oh yeah, I love that.
If she gave you something, please take it, okay? Because she's always got some beautiful, great stuff. I
Thank
love this
you.
piece right here too. I like the blues right here. If you guys can see, like she's being creative in many different ways here. It's not just a brush. So don't feel like because she's using watercolors, don't mean you have to use a brush. You can tell that she probably did splashes first and then she poured, maybe a pour of some sort. So take notes from this, please. And it's kind of like the same concept here. These are beautiful. Is this a set? Look at that.
I think that this one would go on this side
Okay.
because they actually could be paired together like that.
They look like eyeballs to me.
And well, I have a whole series that's called the Island series.
Okay.
And it's all about the singularity of our lives. So whether you're married or with children or single life or, divorced or anything, there's something about our lives that has a singularity to it. And so that's,
Look at that.
and I like to do things in pairs.
This is a pair. Look, I'm like, this is almost my favorite because this one has the silver outline on this one, and you don't see the silver on that one. What was your thought process with this?
Well, I love the colors. In fact, I see a pair down there at the bottom. People can see whatever they want in my work, but I just do it. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
I love the color of the pinks. It's not quite red, so it's not a negative sense of red, but it's just a mixture of colors, and the yellow is always something bright and happy.
This looks like some type of foot tracks, like footsteps, footprints going through the colors. It's beautiful. I love it. Right here too, it looks the same way.
So they're definitely a pair.
And we have two more. And you can see her
Well,
water.
they're very different.
Yes.
They're similar in one way because this is also part of the Island series.
Yeah.
Because the island is a body of land
Yeah.
surrounded by a body of water.
Yeah.
And the concept of an island is something singular surrounded by something else. And so I have a whole series that addresses that. It almost looks like a chicken to me.
This one does look like a chicken with one leg and a really big brain and like this little small eyeball. And this one looks like a moon looking downward at landscapes to me, like small islands.
But on the other hand, I don't try to make anything out of my work. I do see things in it, but I just accept it for what it is, and I enjoy making it. And it doesn't have to be called anything.
Right.
I do have names for them.
So I have one
Here's
more
another
question.
whole body of stuff.
Look, I was about to say, so besides that, she does comic strips. And if you look closely, if you recognize Indian Village, North Rosedale, St. Anne, Joe Louis, Cobo, I'm pretty sure this is an animated piece once it's finished. That shows you how she gets down.
So I made an animated film with Gary Schwartz, who is a local teacher. And we're doing de-electricity. So what I did was take photographs of Detroit sites that anyone could recognize. And I did a figure on top of them,
Wow.
which was drawn to show the changes in the city. And our theme is we hope for better things. So you'll see that at the Hannon House
Wow. This
during de-electricity.
is a Charles H. Wright Museum?
That's the Charles Wright Museum.
Wow. And this is a church.
Yeah, that is my former church, AME.
You guys better, you guys taking notes, right? She's not just painting with a brush. It's going beyond that brush.
That's, of course, Joe Louis Fist with the background of the Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Center.
Well, you have done amazing work. I can't show you everything.
They're kind of duplicates.
If you want to see more, you have to look at her personal page and you have to follow her. And she's going to give you information later because she has a lot of work. Like, I get to see this. So it's a treat for me. But if you want to see more, you have to follow her. Can you give them a little bit of your information?
Yes, I'm on Facebook. I have a web page. My business name is Musea Artworks Now. And I have a Facebook page for that, and I also have a musea at wix.com website where you can see a whole body of my work.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for bringing, this beautiful artwork here at the Sweet Potato Factory, because that's where we're at. I want to say thank you to Edify for letting us use her location to film here. It's a beautiful place. You guys need to come check it out. She support local artists. Please feel free to support local black artists and support local black businesses. Again,
Thank you for having
Ajua,
me. Yeah.
thank you. It was a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you
show my
soon.
ring.
Yes, yes. Show the slayage right there. So again, thank you guys for tuning in today. Me and her are going to chat a little bit more, but you tune in next time, and don't know who's coming, but it could be you. If you send me an email or you send me a link and you want to come on the show, feel free to text me. Feel free to email me, send it on my Facebook or my Instagram. I'm always open to interview artists, people that are doing something in the city, influential in the city, that want to come out and just speak on anything that's positive when it comes to the arts, when it comes to the city of Detroit and the youth. If you're down with that, I'm down with you. So hit me up.